All right, well, good evening. Welcome to our annual Small Business Awards. We've been doing this for a long time. This is my 8th time around with it. I'm Mike McMullen, president of the Carroll County Chamber of Commerce, for those that don't know me. And we are doing this in partnership with Miller, Resources for Entrepreneurs. I'd like to recognize Doug Howard, Miller coordinator. Doug, where's Doug? He was here. There's Doug. And also Diana Petro, who's the Small Business Support Specialist. Diana, where's Diana? I don't see her. There she is. Very good. I also want to say thanks to Peggy from our office. She does a lot of work on events like this and doesn't get anywhere near the credit, so give her a round of applause. Wait a minute, if she doesn't get anywhere near the credit, I'm her boss. It's probably my fault. Sorry about that, Peg. At the Chamber, volunteers make it happen. You know, we've got about 575 members and 2 full-time employees. And we would not be anywhere without the people like you who give of your time to help us run things. So I want to give a special shout out to our current chair the current chair of our board and the executive director of Carroll County Public Libraries, Miss Lynn Wheeler. Lynn, stand up and let them see you. And then our incoming chair, as of the 1st of next year, will be for 2018 from Farmers and Merchants Bank, Miss Suzette Kovalt. Suzette? And both of these wonderful ladies are going to be helping me to present the awards that we have through the actual chamber. And that's how we're kind of going to actually work things. We'll give out our awards, then we'll turn things over to Miller, and they will do theirs. And I also want to say thank you to our sponsors. Without them, believe me, none of this would happen. I'm going to bring them up in a minute, but not just now. But I want to say thank you to Baltimore Gas and Electric, who has sponsored this every year that I've been here. So they're here somewhere. Give them a round of applause, Baltimore Gas and Electric. Also, Carroll County Department of Economic Development. They really do put a lot into this as well, and I want to thank them. So give them some applause. And then we've got Fuchs North America, the spice outfit. If you're ever driving through Hampstead, it smells wonderful there. So thank you to Fuchs. They're here somewhere. Right here. And to Stanley Black & Decker. Are they here today? Did we get Stanley Black & Decker here today? Oh, they're here? Very good. Thank you. And we have a new person helping us out with this event this year, and that is Strategic Factory. So thank you to Strategic Factory. And we also have our media sponsors. We have the Carroll County Times, and filming this for us, once again, is the Community Media Center of Carroll County. They're over there. Give them a shout out. These guys do a great, great job. They do a lot of our events. So if you could make sure that your cell phones are on quiet, especially if they have one of those annoying rings, you know, some kind of like a, you know, show tune, we'd like that kind of like turned off. This is a really fun award, night. This is something that we like to get together and honor the best of the best. And I was thinking to myself, if you were to add up everyone who's employed through every business here, it'd be pretty amazing. I mean, I was trying to do the actual math myself. It was at least 1,500 folks have jobs because of the businesses that we're going to actually say thanks to here tonight. And these are local jobs, and I think that is just amazing. And the spirit that each one of you have to go out and create something and to hire folks is just awesome. So I want to say thank you to all of you. The Chamber, for those that do not know it, we are a nonprofit. We're not part of the government, and we're not part of like some larger chamber like the U.S. So we exist exclusively because of our members, of which we have about 575 right now, which is great. And we do a lot of things. We do a lot of events that people might not even know were done through the actual chamber. We do the Carroll Biz Challenge, which is an entrepreneurial award we've been doing for six years. Anybody here ever win the Carroll Biz Challenge, either the grand prize or the Audience Choice Award winner? I know we must have somebody here. There is a hand over there, Once Upon a Crumb. Very, very good. But these are awesome events. This past year, we did our 3rd annual Drug and Violence Awareness Expo. We had somewhere around 2,500 kids from the schools come out to that. We did our first Carroll Public Safety Awards. We had over 200 come to that, which was amazing. We also partner with Carroll Community College and do something called Leadership Carroll. And this is an extraordinary event that we put a lot of time and effort and we put a lot of love in. So there's a lot of things like that we do. If you ever want to find some of the events that we have, go to our website, carrollcountychamber.org, and all of the things we have are listed there. So once again, today is a night that we get to recognize some of the best, and I don't want to hold us up, but I do want to give just like a brief chance for each one of our sponsors to come up and say a quick word and to be recognized. So Baltimore Gas and Electric, we've got Megan Eves, External Affairs Manager. Come on up. Thank you, dear.
Good evening. On behalf of Baltimore Gas and Electric, it is a great honor to be here this evening to support and congratulate the 2017 Small Business Winner Awards. Congratulations.
My paper. Thank you. That's pretty good. That's the kind of sponsors message I love, and I think everybody else does too. Short, sweet, and right to the point. Thank you so much. I also, before I go to the next sponsor, should recognize this. We've got Mr. Tom Meacham over here helping people up and down off the stairs, because this is not an easy stairs to navigate. And from Fuchs North America, we've got Mr. Ken Westenfeld, Vice President of Sales and Technical. Come on up, Ken.
Thank you, Mike. Well, we're finally moved in. I was here 2 years ago to talk to this group, and we were talking about the plans for our new facility. And I'm happy to say that we're all moved in. And as Mike said, if you drive down past our plant, you can smell the cinnamon being milled and the pepper being milled. So we're very excited to be here. It's been a long 2 years, but we feel a very big part of this community, and we're very honored to be a sponsor for this event. So thank you again for having us, and congratulations to all the award winners.
And our last message would be from Miss Ann Fagan, Plant Manager for Stanley Black & Decker.
Stanley Black & Decker is proud to have been a member of this community for over 65 years. We recognize small businesses are the backbone of the community, and we benefit greatly from our relationships with our small business partners. We'd like to offer our congratulations to this year's winners.
Thank you. Awesome. So at this point, I'll give a couple of instructions on how this is going to work. When your name is called and you come up to get your award, you're going to come up this side, and you're not going to go down this side, okay? Please don't. You're going to come up this side, we'll shake hands, you'll get your award, and you'll go right back down that side. But we need to have a line form here to congratulate folks, so we're going to ask our sponsors to please get in line, and you'll be kind of facing that way right up here in front of the stage. So let's get our sponsors up here. We've got Megan, Ken, and we've got Ann. And we'd also like to get we'd also like to have Dr. Ball come up in line, and we'll have Suzette and we'll have Lynn come up in the line as well. Well, when it's your turn, yeah, just get in the line. Come on, get up here, Lynn. Come on, get in the line. You guys are awesome. Did I miss anybody in the line, Peg? I think I got it. All right, very good. So when Peggy's got him. Peggy's got him. All right, so once we're done, at the very end, we're going to ask every one of the award winners to stay for pictures, and we're either going to go to that side or to this side, but don't leave at the end, please. All right. So let's get this show on the road. The Chamber's going to give out our first award in our 1 to 10 employee category, and there it is. Mr. Dean Robert Camlin and Associates, Inc. Dean joined Melvin A. Arbaugh, a firm providing architectural design in 1982 as an intern. Dean then became a licensed architect in 1986 and a business owner when he purchased the company in 1991. The company has seen steady growth in new customers while maintaining a strong repeat client base. In addition to designing private residences, a few of the firm's recent architectural projects are Building G at the Warfield Center, renovations to Emerald Hill, and Building 7 for Penguin Random House. And no longer are designs hand-drawn. Using building information modeling, projects can be built virtually before the shovel bites the dirt. This allows the architect and the client to explore complex 3D design ideas in real time. The company's small, but they have the ability to employ consultants to help with larger projects. And Mr. Camlin has accreditation that allows him to guide projects to green certification. Dean is heavily involved with the community, contributing to charities and serving on boards. He served on the local advisory committee for the drafting program at the Carroll County Career and Technology Center, and he has been an adjunct instructor at Carroll Community College for 20 years, teaching CAD and BIM. So accepting the award for Dean Robert Camlin and Associates, a small business of the year with 1 to 10 employees, is owner Dean Camlin. Dean, come on up. Well deserved, well deserved. Thank you, sir. Shake hands, go through the line. We didn't rehearse this. Dean also sings around Christmas time, so if you go to any of the places around town, he's got an old-fashioned outfit on and he's singing his heart out, which is a wonderful thing. Dean, thank you, and you can just grab a seat again, and then at the end we'll bring you up for pictures. Thank you, sir. Our next award goes to Legacy Septic for 1 to 10 employees. Give them a round of applause. Some fans here. George Schooley's father, and that is how you say the name, right? Thank you. Was a custom home builder, so George grew up in the business and was running septic installs while still in school. George met Jenny Walsh, and they began Legacy Contracting in 2002. And they provided concrete, excavations, landscape, and a fledgling septic service. George wanted to grow the septic services side of the business, and he made the actual choice in 2014 to focus on septic maintenance and installation. So then at that point, they actually rebranded the company as Legacy Septic. Today, Legacy Septic services over 900 homes, mostly in Carroll, with a focus on septic maintenance and installation. The staff attend training through the Maryland Department of Environment and Maryland Department of Wastewater Professionals. Staff continue training and maintain all of their certifications. Legacy Septic offers a class, Septic 101, through the library. And they make presentations to local groups like the Carroll County Association of Realtors. Teaching homeowners how to avoid costly repairs is just good business. It's being a good neighbor, and it's what Legacy Septic does. Helping prospects find them on the increasingly congested internet is their biggest challenge. Referrals are still their biggest source of business, along with marketing on the web, print ads, and lead services. In 2007, they became an approved provider for Amazon Home Services, and George made the cover of the 2017 issue of On-Site Installer Magazine, a trade magazine. So accepting the award for Legacy Septic, a small business of the year with 1 to 10 employees, Jenny and George. Come on up. Thank you very much. So for the next 3 chamber awards, I'd like to call up Ms. Lynn Wheeler, the chair of our board and the executive director of the libraries. So Lynn's going to come up and do the next 3 awards. Give her a round of applause. Thank you.
Yes, I highly recommend Legacy Septic's programs at the library. They teach a lot of people moving into Carroll County who go, what's a septic system? So thank you, George. It is my great pleasure to present the next award to Raptor Productions. Raptor Productions is owned by Chris Bartosik and is a professional mobile disc jockey able to provide music, act as an MC, and help with event production and lighting. He has seen his business grow, and he has branched out into upscale weddings, proms, homecomings, and other events for businesses, schools, and individuals. He has invested in gear and portable power, which allows him to provide service for indoor and outdoor events. He attends seminars and networks with others in the industry to keep up to date with industry trends. 2017 has been busy with multiple bookings every week, requiring Chris to hire 4 part-time employees. Personal referrals, a robust website, business cards, and social media have contributed to the company's growth. His goal is to double the number of bookings each year and have other DJs working under him. Online planning forms help ease the process for clients, and Raptor Productions is only a phone call or email away. Our client reported, quote, "I had forgotten to put on my garter, and somehow he happened to have a friend in the area who picked one up at Party City really quickly." Customer service at its finest. Accepting the award for Raptor Productions, a small business of the year with 1 to 10 employees, is owner Chris Bartosik. I assume that was a bride, right? The next award is presented to Tomlin Technology, Inc., Small Business of the Year with 1 to 10 employees. Zach Tomlin comes from a long line of entrepreneurs. His father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all owned businesses in Carroll County. He started his own business in 2010 at the age of 26. Tomlin Technology, Inc. is a comprehensive IT management service company, and their primary customers are small to mid-sized businesses and nonprofit organizations. The company brands itself as their client's VCTO, Virtual Chief Technology Officer. They have encouraged clients to develop policies and to follow procedures that will keep them safe from cyber threats. Tomlin Technology looks at businesses and matches the business process with the proper use of technology. They research and test the latest technology in order to offer affordable solutions to their clients. Their employees know that they can always offer suggestions, ideas, or advice, and management listens. By empowering his employees and helping them with their own startups, Zach has increased the number of tech companies within Carroll County. These startups companies are Projected Force and Viaset Security. Zach believes that by hiring and developing local talent, he strengthens the pool of potential employees for large companies in Carroll County. Tomlin Technology provides internships for students and individuals looking for a career in cybersecurity and mentors individuals with learning disabilities interested in pursuing jobs in IT. Accepting the award for Tomlin Technology, Inc., a small business of the year with 1 to 10 employees, is owner Zachary Tomlin. Now we move to businesses with 11 to 50 employees. Rental Solutions and Events is a local family-owned company located in Eldersburg, Maryland. The company has several divisions, including Rental Solutions, general rental, Mobile Kitchen Solutions, kitchen rental. I might want that for Thanksgiving. Event Management Groups, events, and Disaster Relief Solutions, disaster services. Their customers include homeowners and contractors locally in Carroll County as well as nationally. Their business has grown steadily since the company began in 2009 with an expanding customer base, inventory, and employees. And they are looking for an addition or location to accommodate the growing mobile kitchen division. Their custom-built mobile kitchens and quick demand response result in multi-year contracts. The company has a strong and committed team of employees and management who can be called upon at any moment. This is not a 9-to-5 job. Employees are involved in big decisions, provide feedback and ideas to help grow the business. Rental Solutions works with each employee in meeting their needs, and in return, the employees work when needed at a moment's notice or for extended periods of time during the busy season. The greatest obstacle within the rental industry is supply and demand. Demand for equipment can change with weather, season, yearly events, and emergencies or disasters. Forecasting and looking at previous years, they try to develop an inventory that best fits the customer demand. Accepting the award for Rental Solutions and Events, a Small Business of the Year with 11 to 50 employees, is Tom Brown Sr. and also Tom Brown Jr. And now it is my great pleasure to bring up to the podium Suzette Koval, Commercial Banking Officer with Farmers and Merchant and incoming Chair of the Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you. Hello. Good evening. Okay, to present the award for 51 to 200 employees, Second Family Home Health Services, LLC. Second Family Home Health Services, LLC was founded in 2011 by cousins Chad Tracy and Josh Marklin. They observed firsthand the challenges Chad's mother faced as primary caregiver for their grandmother. Licensed as a residential service agency in Maryland, Second Family provides non-medical services such as bathing, grooming, hygiene assistance, meal planning and preparation, light housekeeping, transportation, and more. Their HR staff use the grandma rule as the final determination in hiring staff. The grandma rule is very simple. Would I trust this person to care for my grandmother one-on-one in her home? Each client family has dedicated RN as a case manager who oversees the care process. Second Family has incorporated the latest technologies into their care program, a huge benefit for clients with long-term care insurance. Second Family's growth has come from several different sources: website, digital marketing, leads, and their primary strategy, referral relationships with local geriatric care professionals like Integrace. Second Family Home Health Services, LLC is working with consultants and lawyers to craft a franchise program. The goal is to sell 5 franchise units across Maryland, DC, and Virginia and enter into the national market. Accepting the award for Second Family Home Health Services, LLC, a Small Business of the Year with 51 to 200 employees, are owners Chad Tracy and Josh Marklin. Applied Technology Group, 51 to 200 employees. Founded in 2009, Applied Technology Group provides the intelligence community and the Department of Defense with mission-critical analytics, custom algorithms, and machine learning capabilities to solve the complex big data challenges. Wow, that was a mouthful. This Eldersburg business has experienced consistent and rapid growth since the company's inception in 2009 and continues to be recognized as a top company, earning many awards. In 2016, they expanded their customer base outside of Fort Meade to include other DoD and non-defense government agencies. Working in an extremely competitive industry, Applied Technology Group has leveraged its key differentiators in the area of big data and data sciences to separate them from the competition. They also set themselves apart by being an employer of choice, by offering exceptional compensation and benefits to employees, and focusing on employee engagement, development, and retention. For the last 2 years, their employee retention rate is 93%. Amazing. The company has faced challenges, but by working together, embracing innovation, and facing issues head-on, they have overcome those challenges. They promote innovation among management and employees, hold monthly innovation sessions to discuss new ideas, and build on those ideas. As an emerging technology company, they put together a solid 5-year growth plan. Accepting the award for Applied Technology Group, a small business of the year with 51 to 200 employees, is owner Lisa Ash. Right at Home, in-home care and assistance, 51 to 200 employees. Right at Home, in-home care and assistance is a leader in the in-home senior care industry. Steve and Carroll Luber have owned 4 agencies located in Carroll, Frederick, Howard, and Washington counties. Right at Home provides personal care and companionship services and much more to clients who need assistance after a hospital stay. Whether it's an aging parent who needs help to maintain their independence or respite for a caregiver of an ailing spouse or parent, Right at Home is there to help. Over the past 15 years, growth each year has been between 7 to 15%, keeping pace with the aging population. High priority is given to customer service, and a live person answers the phone. No answering machines here. Knowing that families need choices and control, Right at Home works with families on schedules and needed services to provide customized care for their loved ones. Their biggest challenge is they are a 24/7 company and communication is key. To allow for the flow of information between families, caregivers, staff, and healthcare professionals, they make use of phone, email, text messaging, and software portals. These systems allow the immediate access to schedules, care plans, and documentations for all involved. They contribute to the community by providing education about in-home care services for community organizations and at community events. They work with the Bureau of Aging and Disabilities and Department of Social Services to provide services for those less fortunate. Accepting the award for Right at Home, in-home care and assistance, a small business of the year with 51 to 200 employees, are owners Steve and Carroll Luber. This concludes the Chamber Award presentations. Now to present the awards on behalf of Miller is Commissioner Doug Howard.
All right, well, good evening, everyone. Did y'all fall asleep or something? Good evening, everyone. Isn't entrepreneurship exciting? Okay, let's stay with it. So I was doing some preparation as I came in here tonight, and Mike and I were kibitzing and talking about strategy and stuff, and he said, you know, if you want to, it's okay, feel free to go off script. And then I remembered I was supposed to write a script. So here we go. I'm just kidding. So entrepreneurship is such a big deal in our community. It drives so much of what goes on in terms of job opportunities, our tax base, where people shop, how they're serviced, but also a tremendous amount that's given back to the community. So I also want to extend my great appreciation to all of the sponsors that make these events possible, that give us the opportunity to recognize entrepreneurs and what's being done in our community, because we have a very vibrant entrepreneur community, and it's great to see so many folks out here tonight. So a couple of things. First, I want to let you know that we have an event coming up that I want to share with you. You have information on your seats, and we're really excited about it because we have a very special guest that's going to be coming out to shout on, to do a program called And Away We Grow. And the guest speaker is going to be Special Secretary Jimmy Rhee. He works in the governor's cabinet. He was out here. We were actually here when the governor toured, and he and I actually had our conversation at the chamber office about coming out and doing this. What makes this so interesting and so special is, first of all, Jimmy has a great business background. He's a really, really interesting guy, very energetic. But they are changing the way the government set-aside is done in the state of Maryland. And they're doing it to expand opportunities to businesses that don't necessarily fall into certain classifications. And they're going to be talking all about that at our event. If that's not enough to get you out, it's a beautiful Chaladon. You're going to get fed, and it's free. So we've got about 20 spots left. We got some registration spots over there. We'd love to have you out. Now, in getting started tonight, we wanted to first take just a brief moment and talk a little bit about our winners from last year. And the reason this is really important is because we're about to ordain our winners from this year. And we want you to fully understand the obligation that you're taking on as a Miller Award winner. See, when you win a Miller Award, you then have to go out and prove that we were right in selecting you as an awardee, because otherwise it would make us look really bad. Unlike the chamber, we are government funded, and I have lots of reports that I fill out and lots of justifications, and the bottom line is, if you win an award and you're recognized by Miller, or even if you come to one of our events or one of our meetings, and you're not extraordinarily, ridiculously successful, we look bad, and we can't have that. So we wanted to make sure that we explain to you this legacy and shared with you some of the folks that we had the pleasure of working with last year. So our first Rookie of the Year winner last year was Once Upon a Crumb. Round of applause for them, right? Heidi Burnett. Heidi, stand up. I have a special place in my heart for any entrepreneur that also makes things that are edible. So that's really cool. So a year ago, they were just getting started. They participated in the Biz Challenge. They were the People's Choice Award winner. They were recognized as our Rookie of the Year, and at the time you could find them at farmers markets and different events. But now, today, as they stand, they have moved into a retail location. They've opened a commercial kitchen. They're down in Eldersburg in the Farm Fresh store, right? Right at Oakland Mill Road. And they are up and running, and they are a Miller success story. So how about a round of applause for... Heidi will also be one of the panelists at our event on November 3rd at the And Away We Grow. Another one of our award winners was Enter Exit Escape. They were actually the Biz Challenge award winner last year, but they won our No Way Award. And the No Way Award is one that we created because, as you can imagine, we get a lot of folks that come into us with some very interesting business ideas. And they've all been encouraged by people that probably maybe, I don't know, should or shouldn't be encouraging people about what their business ideas are. Because we know not every idea is a great business. So there's a handful of businesses out there that when we first hear what they're doing, we say, no way. Like, that's a thing? You can do that? So when they came and told me that they wanted to have a business where people paid to get locked in a room and got, had to go through the process of earning their way out by finding clues and working together, and they had an hour to do it, as you can imagine, my response was, no way, right? So long and short of it is, and I don't know, just show of hands, how many people here have done an escape room? They are so much fun. If you haven't done one, you should go do one. If you're going to go do one, you should go do the one in Mount Airy because they are now open. They have a facility. Did they make it out tonight? I know they're on a very hectic schedule because they just got open not too long ago. They have 2 escape rooms right now. They're going to have the 3rd open by November. It is a ton of fun. Go out and see them. Kristen Ellis and her partner, they just do a really, really great job, and they're going to be with us at our event as well. The next award winner from last year was Who's the Boss Award. And that was for someone that had really built beyond their own service and had added employees and worked with us in going through that process. And our award winner last year was Lasered Edges. Now, they also have the distinction, and they do some really cool work. They do this laser engraving on metal and glass and lots of interesting things. But now they have been immortalized because they have done the laser imaging to put the Miller logo on our new scissors, which are lethal, by the way, that we can use for ribbon cuttings and things like that. Since that period of time, they've moved into a larger facility. They're in the town mall. They have some amazing things, and we encourage you to go out and see those folks. They've done a really great job. So how about a round of applause for Lasered Edges? Oh, yeah. I forgot the most important part. They did the engraving for our Miller Awards this year. There you go. You can clap for that. It's okay. Our last award winner from last year was our Best Supporting Business. And that was Drew Baker and Maryland Wine Cellars. And they were also participants in the Biz Challenge. They were one of our award winners because the idea behind the Best Supporting Business is not only a business that is a good business model, that has a great measure of opportunity for success, that's doing some interesting things, but is also contributing to the entrepreneurial ecosystem or to the community in some special way. One of the interesting things about their model, other than they've become a great fun place, they have their food truck out there for their Friday night events. They've been recognized by the Comptroller of Maryland in an award that he presented to them just recently. But they also, as part of their business models, help other folks that are growers or that want to be in the wine business, get into the wine business, package their products, and be able to distribute those. So we love those folks. They're really great contributors to the community. So that was our other award winner last year, Maryland Wine Cellars. How about a round of applause for them? So one of the great challenges, like I said, is now those folks, have gone out, they've laid down the gauntlet, and they said, we understand this Miller obligation. And now we're going to talk about some of the folks this year that we're going to recognize and the importance that they play in our community going out and spurring on entrepreneurship. Before I do that, though, I'm going to ask Mr. McMullen and our friends from Strategic Factory to come up because we have a special award to give, and Dr. Ball. So about a year ago, we sort of launched off into an activity called the Youth Entrepreneurship Program. And we applied for a grant, and our idea was to create a series of activities how to write a business plan, some seminars. We had an author event. And the idea was to bring about entrepreneurial spirit amongst high school students. So I spent a lot of time last January visiting various high schools, talking to a lot of kids about the power of entrepreneurship, why you might want to do it. And we had an event at the college where folks came out. We talked about what components you need to have in a business plan, how to put those things together. Then, with the support of the library, around the time of the Random House Book Fair, which is a great event that's done at Carroll Community College each year, we had the author, the founder of Honest Tea. How many people here are familiar with Honest Tea, right? So he writes a book, a business book, but it's a graphic novel. It's like a comic book in reading it. So he was there and he's signing books, and we had that as one of our events, and then we went on. And then they had to submit a plan. And from that, they had to get all the way through the process of presenting that. So in that process, we had one student that made it all the way through the process of attending the events, putting together a plan, actually opening a business, and has one open today. So the prize for that was $1,000. We want to thank our sponsors, Strategic Factory, and we'll ask them to say a few words in just a minute. But we want to bring up our winner of the first Strategic Factory Youth Entrepreneur Award, and that's Ryan Armstrong. Ryan, come on up.
Awesome, awesome.
Hey, Ryan, let's take a moment and tell people what your business is and how you got the idea and what you're doing.
Yeah, so I go to, there's a thing called Young Life, it's a club, and so in the summers I go to like summer camps like all over the country, and there's like these t-shirts, basically like a lot of high schools like outdoor designs, and personally I love like going hiking on like weekends with my friends, and so the place where we have our club, the road is called Mossy Springs, and that's like where I came to know like my faith, and so it's important to me, and I love going hiking, so like I had this idea back in January. I'll just like create like a t-shirt company and sell it to my friends and stuff like that. And then Doug came to Century High School, I think around February, and then he really helped me like through the process, and like same with Miller, and like just how to create a business plan, how to actually start with it, because like a lot of high schoolers don't really know like, oh, I want to do this when they grow up and like want to have a business, but they really don't know how to actually take the steps to do it, and they helped me do that. So that was just really cool of them. So yeah, that's my t-shirts. I'm currently selling them now, which is, yeah.
So at this time, we're going to give our awards for this year. Before we do, I wanted to give Dr. Ball, president of Carroll Community College, and a member of the Chamber Board. So technically, everybody here works for him in one way or another. A few moments to speak about entrepreneurship.
Thank you, Doug. It's kind of rough following Doug. He is, if nothing else, one of the world's best idea people. And it's been a pleasure working with Doug. It's a sincere pleasure being here tonight, and I have to say this is one of my favorite events, and I go to a lot of them. This is just a great event that celebrates people who have to work hard in preparation, take risks, work harder after they've taken their risks to make sure that their investment stays viable. And it just takes a great deal of dogged work to get a business up and running and continued. So for all of you who are engaged in that business, I say congratulations to you, and to all our recognees tonight and the award winners, congratulations to you. In terms of growing businesses, Carroll Community College has been in that work now for about 20 years, thanks in large part to generosity of the Miller family, the William Miller family, who themselves were very successful entrepreneurs and came to us and said, we'd like to contribute to the college in a way that would help also for the future other people develop their businesses, develop their ideas, and bring those to fruition to add to the quality of life in Carroll County. And so with their help, we had engaged in some activities many years ago, starting with Miller. And that concept continues to grow with our foundation now of the Miller Center under the auspices of the county. The county came to us and said, why don't you take on the Small Business Administration again and work with other partners to get this opportunity out there for our citizens. So along with our key partners, SBDC, the Chamber of Commerce, MAGIC, Department of Economic Development, we're working to provide those tools and resources for small business success. And we're helping to inspire thriving entrepreneurs in this absolute wonderful culture we have here in Carroll County dealing with entrepreneurship. And I think in talking with a few of you tonight, I could hear a lot of that spirit coming out. I think it's a phenomenal opportunity for people who are in business. We were talking about it's not easy to be able to find people when you're in business. You're engaged, you're working hard, you have very little time to put into thought and to run your ideas against somebody else, and you're not sure if you want to run those ideas against somebody else because they may be competing with you. But to be able to come to a resource where you can get some mentoring and some help and some counseling, that's huge for business. And I heard that from several people tonight as we were talking. So that's what the Miller Center is all about. There are a number of Miller clients that are here tonight, and we appreciate your being here. And I extend my congratulations to the winners. And as you know, Doug Howard will be moving on from the Miller Center for other entrepreneurial adventures. And I'd like to thank Doug for his work in expanding our client outreach, our consulting services, financial assistance to small business in Carroll County over the past 2.5 years. And as we build upon the future established under Doug's leadership, we'll be working closely with the business community and the entrepreneurs that are out here today to help us forge what we need to do for the community in the future. So you will be hearing from us about that. But Doug, thank you, and appreciate that, all that you've done for us.
Well, thank you, Dr. Ball. It has truly been an honor. There are a few institutions that have the quality and the class and the role in the community that the college does. It's just been an absolute privilege to be part of that. So thank you. All right. Well, without further ado, we're going to talk about our award winners for tonight, our 2017. So we'd like our sponsors to come back up. So we have a gauntlet of our own, and our, yeah, I guess, sure. So tonight, our first award winner is our Rookie of the Year. Our Rookie of the Year is Lindsay Roush from Roush Law, LLC. Now, if you've met Lindsay at all, you know she is just a bundle of enthusiasm, and nothing is going to get in her way. And that's what really set her apart in our thinking for our Rookie of the Year. When Lindsay first came to us, she had a background in doing legal work for the city of Baltimore. She had done some very particular work and had really developed an expertise and was approached by a statewide agency to do legal work for them. So she came in and said, well, I need to get set up and I need to get organized and I know exactly how I want things to be and I know exactly the desk I want and exactly how things need to be, and that's what needs to happen. And then not too long after that, we had a second meeting and she said, these people aren't giving me work. I don't know what's going on. I'm not happy with this, and I want to make sure that I just don't sit around and wait. So I'm going to pursue some other things while they're getting their act together. And boy, she did. So she went out, and she's really developed her own area of expertise. Lo and behold, these folks did finally kind of catch up and say, okay, we're ready to go. And she has gotten off to a great start. With that, she's now opening up an office. She'll be out on 140 at the Overton Center, 909 Baltimore Boulevard. I know that address well. I've spent some time in that building. We have no doubt that she will live up to the Miller moniker, and we are proud to have her as our Rookie of the Year, Lindsay Roush. Lindsay? Thank you. Our next award is our No Way Award, and you already heard me describe sort of where that comes from, but I want to explain why we chose Torch Timber and Joey Deutsch as the winner of our No Way Award. See, to me, I understood it that if you burned wood, it disappeared. It went away. But apparently, if you do it in a particular way, and you do it with a particular area of expertise, you create some fantastic, fabulous art. And Joey creates these wood flags, and it started as something that he had a personal passion for, had done one. His wife had an interest. She wanted one, and he was going to put one together for her. I think he then, in turn, sold hers, if I remember the story correctly. People started seeing them and liking them and say, hey, could you do this or could you do that? And so he's done them for the firefighters, and he's done them for the various branches of the military. They are extraordinarily cool. Joey was a participant in the Biz Challenge. His work is really amazing, and from what I understand, he's got an adorable young son that he loves to spend time with, but the business creates some challenges because the phone won't stop ringing. And so he has a day job as a firefighter outside the area. He's a very busy guy. But his work speaks for itself. And from what I understand, as he continues to make them and sell them, I'm not sure his wife has gotten hers yet, but you guys finally got it. All right. So with that, help me welcome Joey Deutsch from Torch Timber, our No Way Award winner. Our next winner, our Who's the Boss winner, is a lady that I know many of you probably know. She's been involved with the Chamber for quite some time. I think her business is somewhat of a best-kept secret for those that don't know that she's there, although we're doing all that we can to spread the word. That is Monica Fisher with Fisher Tire. Now, Monica took over the business quite some time ago when her husband passed away. She became very successful in the auto repair and tire business. She's got a big operation just up off of Route 27. And when Monica came in to see us, she wasn't a new business. She wasn't a startup. But she said, I've gotten my business to this point, and I'd like to get it to a little bit higher level. And so we talked about some different things going on, some strategies over the course of time. We've had lots and lots of conversations about just different happenings in the business. As business owners, things will happen from time to time. One of the really fun things that we were able to do is we partnered Monica with a couple of the students from Carroll Community College. We were in the entrepreneurship club, and they worked with her on some marketing ideas and social media stuff. In the meantime, we were able to improve our brand image while hopefully promoting her business as well by promoting her on our billboards and our Miller literature, and she's really become sort of one of the icons of the Miller program. During that period of time, she's continued to grow her business, service the community, contribute back, and she even sold me a set of tires, which is really, really hard to do. So with that, our Who's the Boss Award, Monica Fisher. All right. Our best supporting business is a young man that I first met, I guess, probably about a year ago, sometime about this time last year, and have really come to respect as, I think, one of the finest and most interesting young business people that I've met in my association with the Miller program. Zach John's got a business called More Logistics. And on one level, More Logistics is a moving company. That's how at least it was sort of first described. But when Zach came in and explained that really his focus was on helping seniors, helping them downsize, make some of the decisions that they may need to make when they're going through that process, and really serving a very unique clientele with not just a moving truck and the ability to get them packed up, but with a tremendous amount of compassion and understanding. He really demonstrated to me what an exemplary young man he really is. His passion for this endeavor was born out of the experience he had with his granddad and his later stages of life and all the challenges they faced, and some of the challenges in just being able to spend time with somebody that you want to when they're trying to deal with all the challenges that go along with being at that stage of things. During that period of time when we got to know Zach and the business model, we were very pleased, and we try to not only give folks counseling and ideas, but also to make connections. We were able to connect him with the folks at the Bureau of Aging. He exhibited at the Senior on the Go Expo. He has been to our Veterans Advisory Council. He's also the chair of the Alzheimer's Walk on October 22nd downtown. When we think about a business that has come into our circle and is doing a great job, but is really supporting the community around him, I think Zach John and More Logistics truly, truly exemplifies this, and we're proud to have him as our award winner this year. Zach? All right, our last award, and we tried to have some fun with these awards, so we don't mean to imply anything in terms of anybody's stage of life, longevity, future aspirations, or anything of the sort by giving them a Lifetime Achievement Award. However, this couldn't be more deserved. I started doing work with Startup Carroll, which was a program I had partnering with the college, I believe back in 2003. And it wasn't long after that that I met Kathy. Kathy's an attorney. She's here in Westminster. She has a background in corporate law. She's written a couple of my wills, even though I refuse to execute any of them and keep hanging on for another revision. And I believe that she has probably worked with, over that period of time, more than 100 small businesses in Carroll County, either from folks that came out of one program or another. Kathy is very unique as an attorney because she really understands the business side of things. She understands the accounting implications of things. She also understands that when someone's calling, even with a very small question, on her end, it may be something that's very easy to answer, but on their end, it's something very unsettling. I gave her some of the most neurotic phone calls over the 10 years that we've known each other. I had a short span of time when I would do things like I drove a race car and I did a firefighter fantasy weekend, and they'd have these disclosures and all these things, and I'd call Kathy and she says, well, why do you only call me when you're either out of your mind or about trying to kill yourself? And but the fact is, during that period of time, I don't think there's anybody I've referred business to that has had more people come back to me and say, oh my gosh, thank God for what I got out of that experience. I got the right answer. I got set up properly. She is tremendously accessible, and she has really served not only the Miller program, but Carroll's community of entrepreneurs very, very well over that period of time. And so we're very pleased to have our Lifetime Achievement Award for Kathy Roos. You can. I'm going to wrap up, but I'm going to ask for a moment of indulgence because, as Dr. Ball said, for all the success and great opportunity and wonderful things that we've done, I will be moving on. And I want to recognize someone for having been an integral part of whatever success that we've had at Miller, whatever success that I've had in being able to accomplish this. For any of you that know me in any way, knowing that being responsible for my schedule or explaining where I am 5 minutes after a meeting starts or how far away I really might be is a task that nobody wants. And we have someone at Miller that has done it with extraordinary diligence and with great care. In the meantime, she's also become a source of great support for the clients. Those of you that have worked with me have come to know her and work with her. Her background is an accountant. She brought a lot of talent to a role that we really didn't fully understand what we needed, but we got way more than we could have ever asked for. And she provides all the continuity. I feel very comfortable that, whatever needs there are that folks have, any follow-up, anything like that, Diana Petro will be there to take care of things. And she's just been extraordinarily critical to the success that we've had. So Diana, I'd like to have you come up. I didn't tell her this. As you can see, I wrapped this myself, so. You ambushed me. I did. Thank you. Oh, your turn. Great. Thank you. All right. Well, Mr. McMullen said when I got to the end of my list that I should take the moment and wrap things up, and so I will do that. First of all, how about one more round of applause for all of our sponsors that made tonight possible? And we also would like to have a round of applause for Johansson's and for the St. John's Portico, our host tonight. A round of applause for all the Chamber Award winners. And a round of applause for the Miller Award winners who will be busy tomorrow morning getting on their work. As I've said many times at this event in various ways, we don't only appreciate your success and hope for your success, we count on your success. So we're there for you, and we wish you great success going forward. We do need the award winners to come up for about 2 or 3 hours of photo taking, and we have some refreshments in the back, and thank you all for coming out.